So Eddie, we're in Yokohama of all places for Eduardo Nunez. Just tell us a bit about his preparations and what you're expecting on fight night.
Yeah, I'm here because I really believe this is the next superstar of Mexican boxing. You know, we had no fear taking this fight in the lines then, if you like, because that's how much we believe in Nunez. We got a great offer from Mr. Hearn and Mr. Honda, Tekken, and we're here. And this is a great fight. Great fight. I mean, it's not very often that you end up putting a fire in a fight with so much confidence wherever you are in the world. And that's how I feel about Nunez. So great camp, great prep. Been a long time coming because of the Kakachi situation. But now we've got it, and we've got the big shot on Wednesday night.
Yeah, he's probably got one of the best knockout records in boxing. Do you expect him really to put in a knockout performance like that?
I do. I mean, listen, he can box as well. Like, that's the one thing I think when you think about a Mexican fighter with 27 wins, 27 knockouts, you expect this like beast, and he is. He boxes really well as well. He's got a great IQ, and it's very difficult to get guys to face people like Sugar Nunez. That's why you need the belt. So this is his moment on Wednesday night.
What's the plan for him after this, really?
Just really become a superstar in Mexico, and obviously throughout all those regions and states in America that have that massive Mexican fan base. We love a fight with Ray Ford. We think it's one of the best in the division as well. So we've got that, but so many different options as well at Super Feather.
And one thing I did want to speak to you about is any update on Boots Ennis-Teofimo?
So I think the big question is whether Boots stays at 147, if I'm honest. Stanioni's performance was great. The kind of medical stats weren't as great. But it's difficult because I think Boots feels like he's going to perform so much better up at 154. Yeah. The reason that he wanted to stay there originally is to unify, and now he's done it. It's a tough decision. We like the TO fight. I think if he stays at 147, he'll fight Teofimo Lopez, and if he doesn't, obviously you'll see him move to 54. And with Brian Norman fighting coming up in July out here, and Barrios fighting Pacquiao, the unifications aren't really there. And Boots is a bit of a one-off, really. He's not money motivated, of course he is, but he's all about legacy, and he's prepared to do that to his body to make 47, but for the unification. So the TO fight's a little bit different, but it's a big fight, so we'll have to make a decision soon.
Yeah. Just talk to me a little bit about how much he struggled to make weight for that Stanioni's fight.
Probably not as bad as the Shudazian fight, but I think a lot of people point out during the week how tight he looks at the weight. It wasn't like he was dead on the scales for Stanioni, not at all. But it's a massive ask to keep repeatedly bringing himself down to 47. And it's not just that, can you make it? It's can you make it and perform at your best? And I think he feels, even in the Stanioni's fight, that wasn't his best, most powerful version of himself, which is quite bizarre because I thought it was unbelievable. But this is what you're going to get from him at 54 in those weights. You're just going to get someone with a lot more power, even though he's got it at 47.
And Dalton Smith, obviously, Puello's fighting Mateus. What's the plan with him now? Because obviously, maybe Mateus might win and get a voluntary. So what's the situation?
I mean, the WBC have ruled that he's next for those guys. Obviously, you never know in boxing, but Puello was allowed this defence, and we believe Dalton will be next for the winner. So it's quite difficult because we've been speaking to Riyadh Season about maybe him fighting over there. I even had a chat with Ben Shalom about Adam Azim. Timing-wise, it's really difficult because you don't really want to fight. You don't want to give the winner of that fight an excuse to say, well, he's got a fight scheduled, so let me have one. Because the governing body would almost certainly say yes. So the answer is he's been nice and active. He's had 2 fights already this year. So I think it will be just a waiting game now, facing the winner of that fight.
What do you make of the Canelo date change, etc., in that show?
I don't know. I mean, you can read anything you want into it, really. I mean, obviously, I think the original plan was Friday on Netflix, and then now it's a Saturday on pay-per-view, which You know, is a model that Netflix aren't, say, interested in, but aren't, you know, using at the moment. So I don't like fights on a Friday night, if I'm honest. Maybe that's just old-fashioned, but I don't think you get the max out of the live gate. I don't think you get the max out of the atmosphere. But it's a massive fight wherever it lands.
Is there much to read in with Dana White no longer promoting that show?
Maybe. Who knows? Look, His Excellency does things his way, right? So when you're used to controlling everything, when His Excellency comes in, that all goes out the window, and you kind of have to acknowledge that. I mean, we had it with Ben Eubank. I mean, there was a lot of things in the promotion that were done there that weren't normal in terms of how we would have done it. Doesn't mean they weren't great, but some people who don't like that, some people probably don't like people coming in and saying, we're doing this, or we're announcing this. It's like, whoa. And I don't know whether, I mean, I have no idea, but, you know, I guess that's the word on the grapevine because of the date change and everything, but who knows?
On Ben Eubank, on the second one, is anything started talks in terms of the September date still? Is that still the plan, or has Ben speaking to anybody else?
Only that, you know, the last we heard was September 27 at Spurs, and Conor's ready. I mean, he's pretty much ready to start camp now. So a September 27th fight, you know, you'd be looking at sort of a July start in camp. So they've got another month until they have to go back to training camp.
One thing I would love to talk to you about, which is I was very shocked to see going around social media, is that a lot of people want to see Dave Allen versus Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, Dave's got a great chin, and it would just be a massive win. He texted me about it the other day, and I said, I guess it's possible. I mean, Wilder, you know, he's got a fight coming up. See how he gets on in that. Should win that quite comfortably, but I think it's a fight that would do big numbers. If I'm honest. I mean, Dave's profile, you know, and we see it for our social and digital numbers. He's one of the biggest stars in British boxing. So I think if he can get his nut down and stay focused, he's going to have some big nights ahead.
Do you think he's capable of beating Wilder? Obviously not the most technically fit.
100%, because he's got a great chin. And let's be honest, Wilder hasn't looked great in his last couple, so let's see how he looks in his next one.
And Anthony Joshua, how's his injury update?
Good, he's had the operation, which went very well, and now he's just sort of rehabbing it. I believe about 6 weeks till he can punch again properly, and that kind of lends itself to a September, October, November fight. That gives us the chance to see what happens with the war against Usyk. That gives us a chance to see if Mr. Fury will ever return, and maybe something else. But you know, he's definitely fighting this year, and looking forward to it.
And final one from me. What's the situation with Shakur, with Lou DiBella claiming he's maybe promoting him as well?
I don't think Lou claimed that. I think it was a tweet from someone that obviously, you know, everything's true on Twitter. So, but then we had a 2-fight deal with Shakur, which this is the last one. And talking about extending, I mean, that's the key for us. I mean, I don't really want to just leave it there at 2 fights. We get on great. I think we're the best place for him. But he's got to look at the best deals for him as well. So hopefully he beats Zepeda in style and we can continue working together.
Is DiBella involved at all with him?
No, not on this one.
No. Appreciate your time, mate.
Cheers.